Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can install and set up your own virtual machine. Now, if you don't know what one is, in the simplest terms I can put it, it is seriously just like a computer on your computer, like a virtual computer on your computer. You'll understand it later in the video. So, right here we have the three main operating systems that you can get it for, depending on what one you have. So I'm on Windows, so I'm going to install Windows 1. And you see I already did. I canceled it just because I already had it, but it should pop up install. Should be able to go through an installer, whichever the setup process is for any installer and whatever operating system you're using, should be fine. And then I'm going to go to, once it's installed, you go to this application, and I believe it's pretty much the same setup on whatever operating system you're using. Now for help, you can go here. You should see the penguin here. Add new, export, import preferences, and then you have the menu where your machines will be. So when you click on new, this will pop up. Now this is where we want to actually set it up. It's pretty easy and simple. So I'm just going to name it test real quick. I'm going to actually not have it on Microsoft Windows because I already have Microsoft here and I would like a better one. I mean, maybe not better, but like, sorry, better was a bad word for it, but different, because I don't think Linux is better than Windows. I mean, for some purposes it can be. I mean, most operating systems, I think they all have like different things that they're good at doing. I really don't know. I can't really compare operating systems because it's very difficult because they all have their needs and stuff. So Linux, I'm just gonna do Ubuntu because I've done that one before. Oops, Ubuntu. There we go. So this is all you have to do for that. Hit next. For RAM, I'm actually gonna give it a little bit more. Let's just do 2048. Now, I don't know. You'll have to know the specs of your computer to be able to do this. I don't really know. You have to do a little more research if you don't know if your computer can handle it. But I'm sure. Well, I recommend having at least 50 gigabytes on your computer to do this. So if you don't, I don't recommend it. But anyways, 10 gigs. We're just gonna have it take 10 gigabytes because I don't really want it to take up much, and I'm probably not gonna be using it anyway. But it's just a tutorial. So we're just going to click next, next, and it just shows the location where this will be. So that's good there, and then you'll hit create, and it will create one. Boom, right there. Are you done? No, you are not at all done. So now you're going to want to install the operating system. Now this is kind of a tricky part, mostly because you want to get the right one. So for Ubuntu, you want to go to ubuntu.com. Any Linux ones you can put in the comment section. I'll try to help you because I don't want you getting some bad one that actually doesn't work and ends up being a bad virus or something. I really don't think there are, but there's some cracked stuff out there that's bad. So same with Windows. You should be getting Windows from Microsoft.com, nowhere else. With Mac, I'm probably Apple.com, I'm assuming. I've never set up a virtual machine with Apple. I'm assuming Apple.com will have the operating system. But anyway, I'm going to go to download here. Okay, so this we're going to install to the computer, and it should be, yep, there we go. So it's going to take a little bit because it is quite bigger. It is an operating system, so let's take a little bit of time. 2.6 gigabytes, as you can see. Now, once we're done with that, we'll go back. Like, I'm just actually going to pause it and wait till it's done, so you can just wait for yours to be done installing. Okay, so now you'll see right here it's installed. I accidentally downloaded those two, but I canceled them. So right here you'll see that it's installed. Now you don't want to click open right now. We're going to want to go back to VirtualBox, and then we're going to want to go to, oops, what did I do? There. So now we're going to want to go to first settings. We're going to want to go to, we're going to check through. So this is good, advanced is good, description and disk encryption are good. System, that's good. We're good on memory. I'm going to add 4 CPUs. I mean, I think 2 is recommended for this. You can add 1, it doesn't matter. I just wouldn't recommend going over 4. and it really depends on your specs for the computer. So display is fine, storage is okay for now, but right now we're going to add a virtual disk here. We're going to add one, and we're going to go to downloads right here, open, choose. Okay, now we're going to hit start. I think our settings are configured good. Yep, it looks good. So now it should be popping up. You'll notice how this Linux is appearing, and you'll notice how it's there. Boom, you're basically done. If you've gotten to this point, everything smoothly, you're pretty much done. You'll notice the boot menu, it's now booting into Ubuntu. It's going to install to this machine, so you already have the operating system installed on your computer. It's just installing to this computer now. It's installing to the one you just created. So it really takes a short amount of time for Ubuntu. Windows, it's much longer and vigorous. I wouldn't recommend running a Windows machine if you already have a Windows computer. You can run Mac or Ubuntu or Linux. Sorry. So it says no errors found, and it just is loading in nicely. And I don't know how long this is gonna take. It shouldn't take too long, but that's pretty much the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Usually don't say this too often, but make sure to hit the subscribe button if you found this helpful. Now there it is. Look, it's a cat, and see how fast that was? I don't know if that's just like, maybe it depends, but I don't know. That seemed pretty fast. So, but now it wants us to install it. See? So you're gonna click install, yeah, you want to leave it on English. If you want different language, you can choose continue. Now this is a pretty easy setup. It still won't take that long to install. Download updates while installing Ubuntu. We'd like to do that. Normal installation. Yeah, so that looks good. We're gonna continue. So, but honestly, virtual machines are awesome. Honestly, you can host servers. You can do a bunch of crazy stuff with them. So, I mean, really, it doesn't take too long, and this is pretty much the video. So, hope you enjoyed, and oh, one more thing. So, now this could shock people. This could scare people. So it says, warning, this will delete all your programs, documents, photos, music, and other files in all operating systems. Now, this means your stuff on your virtual machine, if that wasn't clarified, because some people, it wasn't clarified for them. You're just going to click install now afterwards, and that'll be it. But warning, you know, it is this. It's this. So this virtual machine cannot access anything on your actual computer, your actual one that's installed to your hardware, like anything that's in your file explorer. I mean the virtual machine is in your file explorer, but I think you know what I mean. It cannot access anything on your normal computer. The virtual machine can only access what you tell it to access. So doing this, unless you selected your actual disk for unless you selected your actual disk on your computer, like your local disk, then nothing should happen, because you created a new disk like I showed you how to do, and you also add the operating system. So you would click install now, and since we made it, make sure to make a new disk though, because you need to do that. But yeah, that's really it. So I'm just going to power off, if that'll work. I don't know. I'm just going to X out, power off machine. So that's really what you have to do. As you can see, there it is still. I mean, if you're in the middle of installing, I wouldn't recommend stopping the installation by quitting. Just leave it up and wait till it's done. So that's it for the video. Finally, I'm done, and I'll see you next time.